Hi, Nat. Happy Friday.
Hiya, Sash. We made it to the end of the week. Well done.
We did. TGIF. I mean, yeah.
What a week. It's been a bit of a week.
It has. It's been a week. It feels like it's been a Friday, though. It's been a real busy Friday. Fridays are usually my days for catching up, getting organised, winding down a little bit. Today's been quite manic. And I'm gutted because it was beautiful yesterday. Spring had sprung, and then today it's raining and cold, and I've got a hot water bottle on my knee because I'm
it's that bad.
Feeling chill. Well, I'm feeling chilly compared to yesterday. So,
yeah, it was lovely yesterday here as well. It's really nice. I've had an all right morning. My week was horrible at the start. I was just too busy. And then I had an all right day yesterday and a lovely morning. But now I've got a bit frantic. It's gone sort of busy. So I kind of need to chill this afternoon if I can.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
How's you and Betty getting along?
Yeah, we're doing all right. Betty's sleeping alongside me as always. I'll update you on how she's progressing at the vets when we do our long pause, but she's having weekly physio at the moment. So she's got her next appointment booked in for Tuesday. So that's good. I haven't seen an immediate improvement, but I think it takes time.
Yeah. Is that a second one, did you say she'd had?
Yeah, she's had two. So she's having a third and is booked in to see a neurologist at the end of March. Though that's another thing I need to sort because the appointment they gave me didn't quite work with my schedule. So I've got to ring up and change it. So diary management's always a challenge in the life of a dog mom who works full time and is juggling all these things, as you know, as well.
Yeah, not just working full time. We're doing 100 other million different volunteering things and business things. This girl's busy. This girl is busy.
This girl is busy. Anyhow, this session is all about sharing positive pet news, isn't it, from across the world? So things that are inspiring us or making us smile or just making us feel good because, yes, positive news for pets and also for their humans. So what have you found this week then that's uplifted you, Nat? Tell us about your news.
Yeah, a couple of nice little articles. One of them is a little bit complex. It's not complex, but I'm going to read a little bit more about this one. So it's about cancer and cats. And I have a personal experience of my cat and cancer. Roscoe passed away from a cancer a couple of years ago. So this one's quite close to my heart a little bit. And it's just a bit of good news. And it links into something I'm doing volunteering wise, which I'll explain at the end as well. So as some of you are known, cancer commonly occurs in many companion animals, such as cats and dogs. And in recent years, researchers' understanding of dog tumours on a molecular level has progressed quite significantly, but they still didn't know much about tumours in cats. No idea why. I think a lot of healthcare has gone quite far with dogs, but not as much as cats. It's like lagging a bit. But anyway, by sequencing the genomes of nearly 500 domestic cats with cancer, scientists have found that many cat tumours are very similar to human cancer.
Oh.
Now, this is good because of these similarities. Therefore, medicines that are treating cancer in humans might also help cats, which is fantastic news. And the team have already tested some common human chemotherapy drugs on tiny lab-grown cat tumours and found that they've responded very well. So that's fantastic. So this research could help more vets choose more targeted, effective treatments for cats in the future. So that to me is great news, a bit of a breakthrough. I'm so excited about that. But in relation to this, I wanted to share because I'm on the Public Guardian Involvement Engagement Group for a charity called Humanimal Trust. And I joined this trust because their work is about driving collaboration between doctors, vets and researchers so that all animals and all humans can benefit from medical progress without there being any experimental animal testing. It's kind of getting rid of that. If you want to know more about them, Google the Humanimal Trust, and especially if you're involved in human or animal health, the more who support their work, the further their work can reach and develop. So I think it's a really good thing. Something I'm really passionate about and want to do more for. I think I explained in one of the earlier episodes about my drive to look into animal health care, and obviously I've got my cat, so that this article particularly resonated with me. So yeah, we'll bring you some more news about Humanimal Trust as we kind of get involved with them a bit more, and hopefully we'll get one of them on board to tell you directly a little bit about their work, and then spread the word a little bit. But yeah, it's all good. It's all positive.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it'd be great to learn more about the trust and their work and your involvement in it as well. And hopefully we can speak to someone. That'd be great. But yeah, just hearing the news makes me wonder why cancer in cats is under researched and why there's been a more of a focus on dogs because of it's as common as we think. It just, yeah, I don't know why, but really positive. And it's great that there are learnings from cancers in humans as well, and things that we can investigate based on sort of the evidence and the understanding that we already have.
Yeah, and I've been learning a lot through my work with Humanimal. I mean, I've only been there 5 months or so, but there are so many similarities in human health and animal health. There's just quite a few sort of barriers in terms of compliance and regulation type stuff that stops us using the medical advancements in animals. The animals are the ones that are sacrificing or have sacrificed their lives to further human medicine. So why should the animals not benefit? And so that's what I think most of Humanimal's kind of ethos and values are around. So it really resonates with me because it's always been quite a sort of difficult topic for me to think about with healthcare for humans and it coming from animal testing. So if we can swap that around and have animals at least benefit from it, then that can only be a positive. And if we can get rid of it altogether, which would be the best outcome, obviously, that goes without saying. That's what I want.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you think we'll ever see a day when we don't need to do testing on animals?
Well, personally, I don't know enough, to be honest. I don't know the science enough. So it'd be good to get somebody. That'd be a good question to pose to somebody with a bit more of that background, I think, Sash. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can give you my other news.
Yes, what else have you got?
So this is again about cats. It's all cat related today. So news coming in from Sweden quite recently. So in the UK and the US, for example, it's not illegal to leave your cat at home. But in Sweden, they now have strict new guidelines that could lead to fines if you don't check on your cat at least twice a day. Sweden's animal welfare guidelines require cat owners to check on their pets at least twice daily, regardless of whether they're indoor, outdoor, or a barn cat, for example. Leaving a cat alone for more than 12 hours straight can be seen as neglect, potentially resulting in fine, orders to improve care, or even an animal ban preventing you from owning pets. The focus is on providing daily social interaction, mental stimulation, like opportunities to climb and scratch, and ensuring the cat's comfort to avoid suffering. Now, in terms of other countries, in the UK, there's no specific time limit for leaving cats alone, and owners just must meet general welfare needs under the Animal Welfare Act, and that really just covers food, water, and a safe environment. Leaving a cat for days without checks could be seen as neglect, which is good news, but people aren't fined for, not having a cat visited or checked on twice a day. It sounds, I don't know, it's a difficult one, this one. Any kind of advancement in understanding that pets need more than just food and water is good. But I know quite a few people who leave their cats for 24 hours, and I have in the past done that, and I don't know. I personally don't think it's a big problem for a cat because they are independent, and as long as they've got company and they can move around, they're not like restricted. They've got food, and you're coming. If you're coming home, I've not personally thought that was a problem, but maybe there may be people out there, behaviourists, that think there was reasons behind this, and I'm willing to learn and listen. So that's an interesting one.
Yeah, and so am I right in thinking then it applies to all cats in all situations, or is it just indoor cats? Because like you say, cats are quite independent. They like to go in and out all day. So, if you're not at home, your cat is just doing its thing and it might spend some time outdoors, come in, have a little feed, have a little sleep and go out again.
Yeah.
Is it still applying to any cat?
Yeah, it says indoor, outdoor, and even barn cats. Now, if you've got a cat flap, your cat can come and go as it pleases. If you live with a cat, and sometimes you'll only see the cat a few hours or a few minutes of the day, they'll be in and out all day long. I would never leave my cats alone, and because I love them so much, and they are indoor cats, and I know they like company, I would not dream of leaving mine for 24 hours on their own. I would not. I always get a cat sitter to come in, spend some time with them twice a day, morning and evening. and then we're back. And if we're going away for a longer time, then I get people to stay. But it does just, I know, for example, I know people who have cats and go away for the overnight and they leave them in the house, they come and go and they can use the cat flap and they're fine. So I'd like to explore that a little bit more and see what people think about that. It's interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like as well it's a preventative thing. So it gets people thinking before they get a cat about the level of responsibility required, about the things that you need to do to take care of your cat. So it's not just let's get a cat and see what happens. It's actually, okay, so are there certain measures, certain things I need to put in place? Especially because we all have busy lives, but has to be a level of realism as well, doesn't there?
Yeah.
About what is possible, because a lot of people aren't home all day. They're out at work.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, like you say, maybe it's just, I think it could be pet owners before getting a pet probably do need to be more educated on what that means. And it isn't just about putting some food and water down. The enrichment of a pet is very important, and being aware of their needs and boundaries is just as important as well. So, yeah, perhaps it's about making sure people think about these things first, but feels like it's going a little far, but let's just see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah. Let's see if things like that get introduced or considered for the UK. So,
your news, Sash, what have you come across?
My news, so like your news is the cat news, mine is the dog news.
Great.
And it's just a heartwarming story that I read the other day, and I thought, oh, this is really sweet, and it also shows the power of companion animals. So it's a local story from the UK. A woman from Wolverhampton called Sue is profoundly deaf, and she slipped on black ice while walking her hearing dog Arlo, a black cocker spaniel. Because she couldn't get up and no one was around, Arlo immediately switched into protector mode. So he lay across her to keep her warm and grounded, then barked and howled until he managed to get the attention of a passerby. And that person couldn't lift Sue alone, but another person soon joined, and together they helped her home. And Sue, who lost her hearing in her early 40s and lives alone, said she felt scared and disorientated after the fall. But Arlo knew something was wrong instantly. So she credits him with keeping her safe and says being paired with him through Hearing Dogs for Deaf People, it's a charity here in the UK, has transformed her life. She describes him as her comfort blanket and her best friend. And that story just jumped out at me because I think we hear a lot about guide dogs for blind people with visual impairments, but less so about hearing dogs and the support that they give. And it just shows that actually dogs for, hearing dogs, or also dogs that support people with visual impairments or blind people, they do an amazing job and
provide so much independence to people, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And the office where they train the guide dogs is just down the road from where I'm based, and you see them out a lot on a morning, out for their walks, learning how to help their companions cross the road and all that kind of thing, and getting used to the sort of sights and sounds of the big city. And so, I see that a lot, but I don't see or hear so much about what Hearing Dogs for Deaf People are doing. So, just thought that was a really, really nice story, and clearly captured the attention of the news and the BBC, which is where I read it. So.
Oh, that's good. I get a bit of publicity from that then. I'm pleased for the charity because, you're right. You do see guide dogs out a lot. Well, more commonly than any other sort of type of support dog. But the role that dogs play in people's lives is huge. Like, there's obviously the guide dogs, the support dogs, hearing dogs. And, there's ones that kind of, I think there's those medical dogs that kind of, we mentioned this, didn't we, that you can smell out disease and sort of be trained to kind of recognize certain things. And then there's like, oh God, they do so much.
So that's the thing, is that dogs have such powerful senses and do some incredible work to support people that, I think they just deserve a shout out and a special mention.
They do. Yeah.
They do.
They do. I wonder what cats could do if we discovered more.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could we ever have a hearing cat?
Maybe
or
they're too
a guide cat or a support cat? Yeah, maybe.
You'd be going everywhere. I've watched a woman this week with her cat on a leash. And there were cats going under tables, going through like little nooks and crannies, over fences. There's no way you'd get a guy cat. You'd be everywhere, wouldn't you? Bless. But yeah, thank you for the story. That's good to share with everybody, and hope it brings a bit of light to your day. We'll keep continuing doing this and finding good stories for you about the wonderful things that pets bring to our lives.
Yeah, excuse the pun, but we'll keep sniffing them out.
All right, Sash, lovely to catch up.
All right, Nat. Yeah, and you. Until next time, take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.